Hey guys, it's Drea and welcome back to Drea's Budget Life, where I talk about paying off debt, stuff some cash envelopes and sinking funds, have some fun with savings challenges, and pretty much talk about all things budgeting. If you like this kind of content, do me a favor, like this video, comment if there's something that you like, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn that notification bell on. Thank you so much for joining me for my January monthly closeout. This is the first time I've ever done one of these, so bear with me. I might be a little bit scattered, a little bit all over the place, but trust me, it will get better as I get more practice. So what happened this month and how am I going to track progress for the upcoming months? All right, let's talk about it. I did get some water, got me some ice water here because it'll be a lot of chatting, so just bear with me. This was my first low spend, no spend month. Now, I decided last year the things that I wasn't going to buy in 2023. So how did I do? Okay, well, I stuck to the plan. I didn't spend in any of the no-no areas. And if you need a refresher of what I'm not buying in 2023 and the things that I am low buying in 2023, I'll put the video up in the cards and you can go back and refresh it. But I did manage to spend a lot in other areas. So here's what happened. These are the categories and questions that I've decided that I'm going to ask myself every month, every time I do a roll up. So the first category is no spend. If I can figure out how to spell spend. All right, no spend. So, questions that I want to ask myself. Did I buy anything on the no-no list? And the answer is no. Did I buy anything from the no-buy list? And the answer again, sorry about that, I got a phone call. And the answer again is no. How many days did I have a complete no spend? I'm not sure because I didn't do a very good job of keeping track this month. So for February, I, number one, need to track my no spend days on my calendar. And when I mean complete no spends, that means I spent nothing. I know sometimes during a no spend, you could get gas, you can get groceries or anything like that. These are going to be the days when I spent nothing. And I know in the month of January, I had several no spend days, but I didn't write it down. So there was no way for me to track it. So what grade do I give myself for the month of January? Well, I'm going to have to say, I'll give myself a B. And I'll give myself a B because I did not spend anything that violated any of the lists that I had. So I didn't buy any of that stuff. But I also didn't write down the days that I'm no spending. So the goal is I'm going to do 10 no spend days in the month of February, and I'm going to track it on my calendar. The next category is debt payoff. All right, so for debt payoff, the questions that I asked myself were, how much did I snowball towards my debt? And that was $500. I put $500 towards credit card number 3. What debt am I focused on and what's the balance? Well, like I said, I'm focused on credit card number 3 and the starting balance was $2,936 and the ending balance on January 31st was $2,646.25. The interest rate for this credit card is 24.15%. I know I'm making progress and the progress feels good, but it's just looking at those numbers, it still is a deep sigh moment. But I was able to put $500 towards that credit card this month. A lot of it is still being eaten up in interest, but I know that with consistency, it will get better and better every single month. So, did I finish any savings challenges this month? Yes, I did. I finished the $1 challenge, which I used that $100 to put towards debt. So that was an extra 100, which helped me to get to 500. And I finished my February challenge. The February challenge is a monthly challenge, but I'm using it to fund Valentine's Day. So I started it in January. I will end it before February 14th. I finished 1 month of it, which is $52, $56, and I've already started on my second round for the tracker. And if you watch some of my other videos, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about with my February tracker. So, what grade do I give myself for debt payoff? Well, for debt payoff, I'm gonna have to give myself an A. Definitely going to have to give myself an A. What I want to do, and my goal for the month of February, is to keep finding areas in the budget where I can decrease in order to put more money towards this debt, because I'm aiming for $500 again in February. Now, remember, I put an extra $100 on it because I finished that challenge. If I finish the challenge again in the month of February, that $100 is going to go to my emergency fund. So somewhere in my budget, I'm going to need to find an extra $100 in the month of February if I want to snowball $500 again towards credit card number 3. So that is my goal. The next category is meal planning. Questions that I ask myself: how many days during the month did I cook dinner? And honestly, I don't know. And I'm not tracking breakfast or lunch. I'm only tracking dinner, and I don't know. The reason why I don't know is, one, I did not have a written meal plan this month, so there was no way for me to track it. And number two, I do know that I cooked more, but I got busy and I fell back into certain, I'm going to pick something up for dinner on the way home from work kind of habit towards the end of the month. So I plan to do an actual weekly written meal plan. I plan to schedule my days that we're going to eat out because, it's going to happen. We eat out at least once a weekend, and we are about to start a group with our church on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays is probably going to be one of the nights that we eat out. But it'll be planned. No more of this flying by the seat of my pants. I also want to try batch cooking and meal prepping for this month. And then I just want to, just be able to track it better. So the goal is to have a written plan for all 28 days of the month. But the grade that I give myself, because I feel like I did so poorly this month, is going to be a D. Wah, wah, wah. All right, next category is going to be self-improvement. Because while I'm focusing on everything else, I need to remember that I need to pay some attention to myself and continue to develop myself. So the questions that I'm asking myself are, what am I reading? And how many books did I finish this month? So I started the book Get Good with Money by Tiffany Aliche. She is a financial educator. Some of you might already know her as the Budgetnista here on YouTube. I love her. I love her personality. She's super smart, so definitely go check her out. The book is good so far, but I held on to it for too long, so my checkout expired. Now remember, I'm using library for books this year. I'm not buying any books. That's one of the things on the no-no list. So I had to go back on the dang waiting list. So hopefully another copy will be available soon, and then I can finish the book. So my intent for this year is to read a book a month. As you can see, I've already failed for the month of January, but that's okay. That's all right. I also want to ask myself, how many days did I work out this month? Again, I don't know. And I don't know because I didn't keep track. I know I worked out. I just have no idea how many times. I want to ask myself, how many days did I sleep more than 6 hours during the month? Because that's a biggie for me. I am definitely trying to sleep more. How many days did I sleep more than 6 hours? I can tell you 15 days. Half the month, I slept more than 6 hours. I got more than 6 hours of quality sleep. And I know this because my Fitbit tracker keeps score for me. So it's not like I even had to do anything. All I had to do was pull it up. But, but I intend to try to get more sleep, more days of the month in the month of February. So for self-improvement, how did I do? I'm gonna have to go with a D. I did not finish my book. I did not keep track of my workouts. And the only thing that I did keep track of that kept me from failing was my sleep. And I didn't even do that myself. So we'll give myself a D for self-improvement. So a goal is for the month of February is gonna be to read at least 30 minutes a day, every day. I also wanna track my workouts in my planner, which is very easy to do. And I want to aim for at least 3 days a week to work out, but at least 8,000 steps a day. Okay. So those are going to be my goals for the month of February. And then the last area is going to be improving my environment. And when I say environment, I mean around me, my home. Question I want to ask myself, did I declutter or improve any area of my home? Yes. I actually decluttered my bathroom beauty drawer and I tossed out a bunch of stuff, a bunch of old stuff, a bunch of stuff that had spilled out in the bottom of the drawer, hair products that only had about that much left in there. Just a bunch of stuff, got rid of it. And I also decluttered my hall closet, but I did not finish it. Okay, so I got a good head start, but I didn't finish it because I want to go back in there and I keep all of our pictures in there. And so I actually bought something long time ago, didn't buy anything new. I bought something a long time ago where I can actually take our photos and put them into separate little containers. And then all of the containers go into one big like suitcase container. So I can actually put a label on it and then I can have a little container of pictures for each one of my kids or for our wedding or for our parents, at different, occasions. So I want to go back into the closet. I want to continue going through the photos and continue making them a lot neater and more organized. So what do I give myself? As far as a grade, I'm going to give myself a B. And I'm only giving myself a B and not an A because I didn't finish. But my goal for next month is going to be to completely declutter and organize 3 areas of my home a month. So I only picked 2 areas this month, but I realized that I can definitely stay on task and get 3 areas decluttered and organized every month. I can totally do that. So that will be my goal for the month of February. So overall, how did I do? I think I did well. I think I did. I didn't buy anything from the list of 14 items that I wasn't supposed to buy, which was a shocker. I used everything I had here at the house, and I didn't buy anything from the low buy list either. I decluttered a few areas of my home, and I actually found some stuff. Like I rediscovered some clothes that I hadn't seen in a while, so I put those back into circulation. I even found 4 more lip glosses in random purses and drawers and stuff like that, further solidifying the fact that I absolutely don't need a thing. So 9 times out of 10, if it's something that I want, I probably have one here at the house. Okay, so I made the right decision with doing a no buy. What can I improve on? Well, I'm going to insert a clip somewhere over here. I'm going to insert a clip of the notes that I took on my phone. This was nothing precise. It was just every time I bought something, I tried to make a quick note of what it was. What I saw was that I spent a lot of money on food, and I mean all kinds of food. I spent money on groceries. I spent money on eating out. I spent a lot of money on snacks. Just every time I turned around this month, I was buying food. I literally ate my way through January like the hungry little caterpillar. Okay, like I need somebody to leave me a caterpillar emoji if you understand where I'm coming from. Okay, and I have a theory. I'd love to sit here and say that this month was easy and I feel so empowered and all these other magical like YouTube statements, but I'm gonna keep it real. For me, it sucked. And I think it's because I was so focused on not buying anything from my list of 14 items that I spent money on food to soothe myself and to entertain myself, etc. Because food was one of those areas where I was allowed to spend money. And I honestly didn't realize how much money I spent on stuff until I stopped spending money on stuff. Like it was very weird. And even though I feel like I've made progress this month, I do feel like I was kind of riding the month of January, like adrenaline, like New Year's resolution type, pumped up energy, that I'm sticking to my resolutions, this year kind of feeling. So I'm interested in seeing what February brings because, we're going into a new month. So I am doing this for a whole year. I am doing this no spend, low spend for a whole year. So I don't need big energy and then flame out. Like I need slow and steady progression because this is what's going to be my life for the next year. So I need to get my head together. I need to stop using food as a crutch. I need to figure out and really talk to myself about why I'm so attached to just spending in general. These are the questions that I really want to dig deep into. So moving forward, I'm definitely going to keep track of my expenses again, not down to the dollar. You will never see that from me because I know how much I give myself in each envelope, and there are so many things that I'm not buying this year. So if I put money in the envelopes and I run out of money, my only option is to get it from another envelope. So I don't feel the need to keep track down to the penny. It's either did I spend it all? Yes or no. If I ran out and had to borrow it, where did I get that money from? So that's all I need to know. So for those of you keeping track of my report card, sorry if I bumped the camera. Those of you keeping track, I gave myself an A, I gave myself 2 B's, and I gave myself 2 D's. And yes, I am very hard on myself, but I have nowhere to go but up. I also think I am going to create myself like a cute little report card so I can, jazz this up and make it look a little cute every single month. So in order to figure out my goals, some of you might be wondering, what I did was, of course, write down every goal that you have. Some of my goals were very outlandish. Some of my goals were very unrealistic. So I just kind of weeded out what I wanted to keep and what I wanted to focus on every single month. And then I used the SMART format. And that means that my goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So what exactly does that mean? Well, I'll give you an example. Don't say that I want to drink more water. Okay, that's too wide, it's too broad. A better goal is to say, I want to drink 80 ounces of water every day for the entire month of March. It's specific, you can measure it. It's not so far-fetched that it's impossible. It fits into your desire to do more good things for your body and create healthier habits. And it's time bound. So you can use that format for all of your goals and share with me down in the comments how your January went. What grade would you give yourself? Do you feel like you did well? Do you feel like you didn't do so well at all? And what are some things that you want to improve on for the month of February? All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And I hope that this has motivated you, like even a little bit, seriously. Tune in for my February paycheck number 1 video coming soon. And until then, I want you guys to be well. I want you to be blessed. I want you to be nice to others, but most of all, be nice to yourself. You worked hard, girl. You really did. Bye, y'all.